Chefs at home. La lona. Vandaag latilem sotra episode ya rona. We're on and honest and on the move. We've got someone number 2K. Washaya wale tegise like, oh Yanda, you're so pretty. In studio today, we've got the one and only Yanda 2K joining us today to give us his recipe for success. So, if you weren't already, sit down, relax, and let the pretty boys talk to you. Yanda.
Always.
Densa.
No, did you win?
Soft. Making the people wanna hear your voice.
Always, yeah.
So how you doing, bro?
Can't complain.
Can't complain.
Yeah.
We're gonna chat about a lot today, bro. We're gonna chat about your journey, TikTok. We're gonna chat about you as a person, your upbringing. But before that, we need to loosen the bones, shake off the rust, and speak to an icebreaker to get us warmed up. So we've got two icebreakers. Nah?
Yeah.
The first is I bring someone to you. This person has never heard music in their life, right?
Alright.
And I say to you, you have one song. One song to convince them that music is beautiful. What song are you playing them?
One song, now. Doesn't matter which genre, right?
It's all
Me
you. You have to
personally-
convince them.
Me personally, I would choose Halala by DJ Jazzy. That's my go-to, literally.
Still,
Still
to this day.
till this day.
And
still
yes, like
slaps.
all the piano bangs.
Bro, it slaps. I know other piano bangs, but for me, if someone didn't know about in general what music is, I'm introducing them to that song, man.
I know.
Standard.
And I'm sure because you've been on TikTok, this next icebreaker you'll know.
Mhm.
What is the pettiest reason you've ever ghosted someone, ended a relationship, like nje or violent fun?
Pettiest reason why I
Yeah.
ghosted someone.
Yeah.
Pettiest reason was, bro, I'm gonna keep on my fight. But
I keep it, boy.
I'd say pettiest reason why I ghosted someone is okay. So the pettiest reason why I ghosted someone was because this Han.
Yeah.
So Fede, this Han first date we smashed
Yeah.
while her parents were there.
Okay.
That was the pettiest. Yeah, I was like, nah, this ain't for me. But that was back then, though. That was back then. But I was just like, nah.
Back when, my brother.
Hey Joe, back then, Nito.
I'm just, yeah. Wait, see, I thought it was one of those, something we could browse through, but no. I want to understand. Juan. So this Han and you, how do you meet?
Nah, it was a matter of we had something good going on, and then I met her. It was a social media thing, young John.
Yeah.
So I haven't fully met her before, and then we decided to meet up first time. Mesihlangana, kanti nabazana bayazwakala, yabo. Kanti
Mama restaurant vibe.
nah, at her place.
Okay.
And then I one thing led to another.
Marazang balutol.
No. But it was just a matter of Joe.
I post not clarity, sharpie.
The thing is, I feel like for me it's a matter of I'm not the type of guy who I'm in and out.
Yeah.
It's not my vibe. If I genuinely fucks with you, I fucks with you, Angton. Like if Angton. It's not a matter of Gyawatla, smash vibe, Angton. So it was just in with it was just some things you see
Yes.
and it hits me same time. I'm that type of guy that notices
Yeah.
you know. And then I'm like, chai, I'll take Miguel, bye bye. So going on. So yeah.
Nah, I hear you. So walk us through the home, right? Firstly, where you born? What is the dynamic like? Are mom and dad both there? Do you have siblings? Like, Well, paint us a very visceral picture.
So
Please also just bring the mic slightly closer.
Slightly closer.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So
Perfect.
Kanchap Nkulele. Funny enough, a lot of people assume with Nkulele gas. But actually, I grew up from a suburban place. What's this? In Report.
Okay.
So I grew up there. It was mostly a white suburb and stuff like that. Just a few black people here and there. Also went to primary school there. And then I'd used to, on weekends, spend most of my time Ekas because that's where my cousins were. So it was a matter of every weekend I visit them. So that's where I adapted this whole dynamic as a Kasi and then yabo. So it was just that thing. And then eventually afterwards, Zati Boma Matric. Yeah, high school wise. High school wise, I still lived in the report and then I moved late Boma grade 12 after I moved to Ekas. So it was just that matter of Gutimanje. I grew up knowing both dynamics. I feel like also skill-wise, it was a matter of in high school, I went into National School of the Arts, which is Iskela Sabu, the cheese boy, cheesecake, the vibes, And then after that, I spent like 2 years there and then I left. When I left, I went to a Kasi school in Jozi, Vector. I mean, figured, it was this whole should manje gianyiwa type of vibe. So I got there. So you can't go there with this whole thing with a cheese boy. You can't be talking English usekasi type of vibe because otherwise bazo, they're gonna just it's gonna start a whole thing in Jabo. So now it was a matter of I had to change the whole dynamic of me being the person in Kulele in a suburban place and have this whole identity of with in Kulele kasi type of vibe.
Okay.
So it was just that thing. So, and then in terms of sibling-wise, well, currently now I actually moved. I'm currently living with my uncle back this side, like I already bought. And then sibling-wise, I have 3 older brothers, 2 half-brothers, and then just there's another older brother of mine. And then, I'm the last born, so...
Kimachita fela.
So
the half brothers are half from mom's side, dad's side.
That side.
Yeah. Manje clean. So you guys grow up. What is the language like at home? And do you know your half brothers from jump, or are you only introduced to them later? Like them was like, hey my boy, sit down.
Nah, I knew them from jump. It was that whole thing. But it was a matter of we didn't live together. My 2 half brothers grew up with the whole Angas but it was a matter of Vele, they still part of this whole family thing. So that was that thing. I only grew up with my older brother, which is the 3rd last born, since I'm the 4th one. Kulena since from the get-go. So that's how it is.
So you and your the 3rd born, right? Are you guys close, or are you close with all your brothers? Like, what's that brotherhood like?
I'd say, I'm closest to actually the 3rd oldest, because Vele is Kule from the get-go.
Sure.
He's the one who actually taught me a lot of things in Gempilo, and in terms of Iskasi, in a way, because he had that Kasi vibe going on. I was like, okay, cool. Maybe I can learn a thing or two about, So he used to look out for me. Also, we used to go to primary school together. So it was just that thing with him, Shuba. He'd tell me, like, so it was just those things. I always looked up to him, and stuff like that. And then my 2 half brothers, they were also in the picture. And we close, And the funny thing is, I think another thing that brings us close, besides the fact that we family, is a matter of we all have a sense of humor. I remember my uncle once told me this, my dad's kids, one thing they all have in common is sonke sahlekisa. No matter the situation, no matter, how the joke comes out, we just have that thing. If you're going to ask us a question, best believe it, uzohleka at the end of the day type of thing. So I feel like that's how I also became this whole TikTok thing, you know. That's how it all started. Vele ukuthi nje asihlekeni. I want to make
Once.
people laugh, you know.
On.
Life is hectic for Tina Sonke. So there's just the thing you're as in let's chill and let's laugh.
Yeah.
That's what my content is all about, really, to be honest. It's nothing hectic.
Yeah. I think sibling relationships are fundamental and are very important to your upbringing and kind of shape you in a very big way. But another relationship I want to speak to is that parental relationship, because you've spoken about uncles, you've spoken about brothers, but you haven't mentioned mom, you haven't mentioned dad. What's that dynamic like for you?
Mom and dad, they were also in the picture. My dad is a wise man. That's one thing I know. He put me. I feel like as a kid, especially when you're a guy, you need to learn how to live. What's this word I'm looking for? You have to be street smart. So in terms of that, he used to like put me in line with Ndot, you know. So he brought me up in a way I need to know what to do when these certain things happen. I need to do you know, those type of things. He was just there. He was always there. And then with my mom, she was also here, but in terms of the emotional, loving support, young ton. So I'd say I have like a proper foundation in terms of family, because they were both there, you know. Even though K Sharp, they both had jobs, they had to, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't that whole thing. My dad used to leave and come back after a few days and stuff like that, but they were fully there for me in terms of everything, you know. And then it came to a point where Zati metric.
Sure.
Because I think metric, that was a stage where I was leaning into that content creator thing. Zati metric, I had to do exams. It was that time of my exam. And then now I'm doing videos, Kamuki metric. And my mom was also, she had this whole doubt thing, Yana, of doing doing this whole content thing. Because I think another problem is my parents are old school.
Sure.
For the fact that I'm the fourth one. So they old. They know that old life. We're schooling after schooling, varsity after varsity to umsebenzi. You know, that's your life. So that's what they planned for me as well. So as soon as I started doing these whole videos things, and then my mom was like, she had doubts. She was like, hey, what are you doing now? Focus on school, And then, luckily enough, I guess when she started noticing people actually enjoy the content and stuff like that, you know, she sort of eased into it. And then my dad, in terms of my dad, my dad was just chilled about it. It was like, my Kubega, you know, it was just chilled. It was do your thing type of vibe, you know. So yeah, that's how it was, honestly.
Now I feel that, and you speak to your schooling journey, right? And you jump into NSA at some point, but I want us to go a few steps back, right? Because I want to know when it starts, the initial. I'm a creative and like this thing, maths or this thing, physics, it's not for me. But maybe give me a pen and I can draw, or give me a class and I can make people laugh. So, what's the earliest experience that you can recall when you're like, okay, I'm an entertainer. That's what I do.
I'd say the earliest experience I can recall was in probably, late grade 7 lapunch. It wasn't, I feel like in primary school I wasn't the entertainer, you know, and things started to switch up after that for me. And then it started off as, funny enough, I used to dance. So people, it's crazy. So I used to be Uma Chaiva, basically. Even with families, you know, with my family, it'd be like, now Uma Chaiva, I'll Chaiva. You know, when there's visitors, and now you have to dance. And I'm like, and then you have to dance, you know. So I was like Uma Chaiva of the family. you know. And then after that, I'd say NSA vibes. Nah, it clicked in after I moved out of NSA into that Kasi Scala. I feel like when I went into that Scala, I think it was a matter of the friends there, the friends that I have there. They were the ones who actually pushed me into this whole content craze, I think. Because at that Scala, I was literally that guy who would say, I wasn't the class clown. That was my friend. But I was the class clown slash prefect slash corruption slash, you know, my books are up to, you know. So it was just that thing at Wutinji. I had everything under control, but I wasn't too corrupt to a point where I was like, "Ah, man, give me zero type
Yeah,
of
yeah,
vibe."
yeah, yeah,
Yabo.
yeah.
I had everything in check, Mara, still being papa.
Yeah.
You know, and the class clown actually brought out that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
humorous vibe to me, you know. So it was a point where we started off via YouTube videos. This was way back. We used to make like YouTube videos. We used to do skits because that's how I actually started this whole TikTok thing. We used to do skits, and then post them on YouTube. We basically do skits based on like you know Aries, Nasty C's music and stuff like that. We just act out the words to it basically, and then Sharpie. And then as time goes, every day classini. It was a matter of, dude, Yazi, we should make a reality show type of vibe thing. Because that's how funny we were. That's how the vibe was. Classini, Guti, Mokfige Mina, Nalimpincham.
Aye.
It goes
Aye.
down.
Khohlwa.
It's a vibe
Ah,
type of thing.
khohlwa.
Yabo. It's just nice vibe. Yabo. So it became that thing, Guti, this other day where we were chilling. You were making jokes, fine, at Classini. And then a friend of mine, he was like, dude, Yazzie, you should look into TikTok. I was in, me, I didn't care about TikTok. To be honest, I was like, nah, TikTok in there. He's like, nah, dude, you should actually start uploading TikTok videos and stuff like that. I was like, all right, bet, I'll check it out.
Wait, before we get into this, nah, because I want to give this one time. I want to unpack it. Nah? I want to chat a little bit more about your time go NSA and your high school time in general.
Yeah.
Right. What I've heard about NSA is very cheesing, whatever. But also, there's a bit of a dark side. Hwanye.
Oh.
Bari, gazol. Pagamakaleni.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, is that a reality? Like how? Because the truth is, right? Even in the best schools, drugs are a thing, or like there's a culture of whatever the culture is there.
Sure.
Right? But maybe the extent is different because people are saying, "Hey, NSA will rock you. It will ruin you."
Yeah. I feel like with NSA, thing is, for me, I didn't actually get the full experience because grade 9 I left. You know, so I got a taste of it, and I feel like at that time it wasn't that Faga Makaleni whole situation. You know, it was maybe a matter of maybe there's booze here and there.
Yeah,
Pools
bana.
kids are
doing
kids
things.
at the end of the day. Standard fair. And then it was just a matter of, I feel like with NSA, it plays with you mentally, especially if you're not up for it. Because mind you, Pelukumbulu with Timofige NSA, it's hectic. It's a matter of, kuna machis boy, kuna machis girl. If you have low self-esteem, it's chai for you. People play each other there. That's how rough it is there. Guti amelos mele, you have to find your way. Guti no shoot manje yabo. Uzmele for who you are type of vibe. If you have doubts, you feel they wanna play you there type of vibe thing yabo. So that's how NSA is, and I feel like it's kids. Yeah, so they're not fully mature to a point where I feel like they're just immature and within yabo. Sapapela na just because when you don't have Air Force One, just because I wanna Air Jordan, now we should make fun of you type of vibe. Or it was just that thing in Jogutsinji. That whole dynamic of was this cheesy. There's other kids who came from a household where there's two parents. Some kids come from a household where there's like
One
one
parent.
parent. Some kids come from a whole household where there's no parent. Ukhuluma nogogo. Some kids come from an aspect where baphumeka sesowethu. So they know impilo yokuhlupheka type of vibe. So obviously now as umchito okhulele Soweto, you don't have these certain things to show off now. Yabo. So that's where the problem starts now. Some girls start making fun of you type of vibe. Yabo. It's just that thing. But I feel like it is a good school. You just have to be up for it.
So when at this point on us cheesing, right? You're still living in Roodepoort because it's not, we haven't made our move to Kasi yet in grade 12. So where do you decide to fall? Because sometimes it's like almost being in prison. You, even if you were innocent or whatever the case is, once you're in prison, if you don't join a gang, right?
True.
So you're now in NSA. You have experienced cheese boy lifestyle, but no chakela bokazi ka weekend. So you know the Kasi lifestyle. So I suppose you have the ability to choose either.
Basically, yeah.
And obviously, if you're a cheese boy, are you going to be part of the bullies or what? So what is your initial choice? And what are the consequences of that choice? No shupang, and in grade 9 you don't leave, they kick you out?
True.
Or what happens?
I hear you. Let me just make this straight also, because I feel like it's not all kids. It's a matter of, I've heard stories in terms of it messes with your mental illness in a way, mental health. I've heard that from most female learners. Gents, we fight. Asinankinga ukuthi uphuma kuphi, we don't care. CV's day, pull up your old star, I'm wearing Jordans, it is what it is. We don't have a problem with that, yabo?
Yeah.
So that's just that matter. We really didn't care about how we grew up. As long as you one of us, to yabo type of vibe thing going on, yabo. So for me, at NSA, it was a matter of, yes, bokona ma cheese boy, bokona ama cheetah. Yeah, luckily enough for me, it was a matter of, I feel like there I was able to be friends with everyone, including Hans. So it was a matter of
course, even
I don't mind being. It wasn't a matter of I'm in this specific group.
It was just dynamic.
I can literally gel with anyone. That type of vibe. I just wanted that for me. And then at some point, Vele grade 9, it became Vele this whole group, Yamachita, Vele, because we're in the music department. It has different departments in NSA. So as a Machita, Vele, we had this own group type of thing going on. But at the same time, I wouldn't say I was part of the group. We go to the same class, Vele, same music department. But at the end of the day, I don't mind chilling with anyone, especially with Hans. Funny enough, I used to also chill with Hans most of the time.
Yanda
that's the thing, yabo. I think it was just a matter of, thing is, I feel like with me, I can literally chill with anyone because I want to find out who you are and I want to find out how you think. So for me, it is interesting for a hand to tell me, So it's just that thing with I don't mind chilling with anyone.
Sure.
If I fucks with you, it's chilled vibes.
Yeah, if it makes sense, it makes sense.
Exactly. So I just I'm that guy who wants to pick your brain in terms,
Of course.
So whether it be maybe this girl, she doesn't have friends, she chills on her side because she's weird. Best believe I'm gonna chill with her. Type of vibe, just to make her feel comfortable with nkona. So I'm just that guy, I don't mind literally chilling with anyone. Like get to a place, sahlangana. I don't know who you are, you don't know who I am, but best believe we're gonna chill for the sake of chilling.
I hear that.
That's how it was.
No, I think that's clean. I think as Machita, that's one thing perhaps that is almost a superpower and sometimes at the same time like our downfall. Because anyone is free game. So ra o kwara kaofela for whatever ro kwarelang yona, and it's not based on class or anything like that. It's just based on and that's how we hang out, that's how we relate. But you leave NSA. Not only do you leave NSA, you leave Rodipot Oyakasi. This move, is this you saying, okay, Bazali, I wanna branch out on my own, or is it Bazali saying, Eba Fetu, let's go touch?
Yeah. Not necessarily. I think it was a matter of us moving from the suburb. I think it was a matter of my parents are getting old. And in my suburb scene, it's a quiet place. So it's just a matter of now, my parents are getting old. They're going to retire. But the whole day, they're not talking to anyone. They're not, obviously, they're here and there. But it wasn't that.
It's not the same. It's not a community.
It's not the same. Exactly. And also, our family, the rest of the family was a Soweto. We go to church a Soweto. So everything in a way is a Soweto. Yeah, well, that's where we know everyone, you know, type of vibe. So it was just a matter of yitik phela manje semasababsini. Yeah, well. So it was to a point where it was like, nah, as in, let's move closer to a gas. That's when we moved here to a protein type of vibe. And then me switching schools, I think it wasn't a matter of branching out on my own. I think it was a matter of, to be honest, till this day, why I keep it NSA. Because with my mom, it was a matter of, literally, they took me out last minute. Let's go. First day of NSA, they're like, I'm literally ironing my shirt. My mom was like, I want to go, let's just skip. You're not going there. It's chai. That's wild, bro.
To this day, you don't know.
Till this day, I do not know. Yeah, bro? So it was just that thing you could see. Because I remember Vele during the year and stuff like that. He's like, hey, as when Angizo keep. As when Angizo keep. You know, it was just that thing you could see. You know? And I used to brush it off. I thought it was like a joke. Maybe she wants me to like up my grades and stuff like that. Vele. Because I feel like with NSA, there's just too much freedom going on. Vele lapaya. Yeah, bro? So she was like, guys, when I'm going to keep, and I used to start banking about my school and stuff, yeah. So it's like, guys, when I'm going to keep, okay, fine. I brushed it off until first day of NSA. First day of NSA, it was like, all right, chief.
Yeah,
outside, lab.
Damn it.
You know what, when we're going to the school. And that school was where my brother, the third my brother went to. So as soon as he left, I went in. Okay. So Mengena, it was this whole situation where this is a strict school now. Haircuts, no haircuts. Pants, no skinny pants. Yeah, well, go uptight, get new. Mind you, my first day, I'm feeling a fade. That was wild. Sharp. Mengena, the principal, and everyone else, it was this whole dialect, Yoguti. Andile number 2, Ufigil, which is my older brother.
Yeah.
So they all had this thing,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna carry on that whole thing. Yeah, well. So it was just that thing, which now I have to adapt to the whole, new school, different setting, Kasi vibe, I have to blend in. So that's what it was. It wasn't really a whole thing of
branching out.
Branch out.
I hear that, dog. No, so the producers are gonna bring us the food. We say something layered like you. So it'll that good. But the comments were coming for me saying, hey, the guest idea. So we're gonna eat it off camera. And we're just going to attach a nice picture, Yanda, so everyone can see what we're chowing. But we'll come back, talk about your TikTok journey, and then go into confessions. Corner!
Sorted, no?
Manje clean! Hi, manje clean. We're back yet again to continue the conversation with Yanda 2K. We see that good so we guys jump easy. We're going to talk a bit more about content creation, the recipe that you guys are looking for. We've spoken about his childhood. We've spoken about his decisions and everything that has led up to his journey of becoming a content creator. But now we want to speak to that content creation. So you've already given us the brief background. TikTok. Lena, actually, when TikTok first came out, my cousin said, "Indota TikTok."
Yeah.
And I was like, valid. Imagine, because at the time it was still dances.
Exactly,
you know?
yeah.
So, I was
So
like,
that was the vibe.
But for you, how was your journey? So this gent is saying, boy, bangene, TikTok, you can do some massive things.
Yeah.
When do you say, okay, let me post a video? And when does it start coming together?
All right. So I think the first time I posted the video, my first post on TikTok, I think it was December. I can say the 29th or the 30th of December.
Yeah?
2019. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure, but
Oh,
2010
that's
to
about
2019.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Half a decade.
That was my first post. So me posting it wasn't the intention of I wanted to become a influencer, content creator type of thing. I didn't know. Me, I was like, I'm gonna try it out just because he said I should do it. Yabo. So it started off as that thing. We thinking I'm gonna do it as Boma, just because I'm bored type of vibe. Yabo. So I started posting, and then in terms of post, I used to post like skits. If some of my fans know me from back then, yabo. So I used to start off with like skit videos,
Like
skit
Vine
videos.
level.
Yeah, like Vine level type of vibe. I'm a piano. I used to do this whole skit. You know how Primo 19 does his skits? That's how I used to do
Okay.
it back then.
Okay.
Before Primo 19, yeah, before Obosima, I was there. Yeah, so that's how I started posting. And then I'm like, hey, man, I'm gaining views. I'm getting likes. I'm getting, my family is also like, it's like, hey, daughter, what's going on?
Yeah.
So you celebrity, type of vibe thing, yeah, So I was like, me, I'm just living. Me, I'm just posting. I don't know anything, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it became to a point where I was at a mall, and then this fan comes through. He's like, hey, can we take a picture? I'm like, hey, bana, with me, what's going on?
Sure.
Like, am I at that level now?
Sure.
So it was these things that they knew to me because I don't know. My plan wasn't actually the TikTok way, young ton. I had a plan because I want to become a content creator. I want to get into entertainment industry, but it wasn't a matter of TikTok. Young ton. So then it became a constant thing with I'm gaining followers, likes, views, reposts. I started posting on Instagram as well. And then before you know it, now it's a matter of literally Hagia at a mall is just that thing now. With can we take a picture? You end up getting used to those things now. Mind you, one thing about me, I am self-conscious. When it comes to pictures, if you want to take a picture of me, go to Ibona before you keep it. Type of vibe thing, yeah, but I'm just that guy. I can't, yeah, because what if man you keeping that picture, you posting it, and then what? I'm trending, one tall. So that's just that thing, though, which as in I didn't even know how to pose. Till this day, I don't even know how to pose. I just take a picture of I don't even want to see it because I know, hey, dog, I'm in. Whatever comes out. It is what it is, dog, So I'd say maybe a recipe in terms of becoming a content creator, man. For me...
Wait, before you give us the recipe, can you tell us about when you divert? Because I get it, you say you were doing skits. And then you stop doing skits and then you start almost stitching or doing that video in your bed.
Yeah.
Hey, LED lights. How Yanda.
Literally.
What type of party is this one?
Yeah, that diversion.
Yeah.
That was wild. Because I feel like at that point, I was literally rock bottom. I feel like a lot of people... Here's another thing. I feel like a lot of people don't know what influencers or content creators go through in their daily lives. Yes, we put off that image we've made it in life, that type of nice life vibe, soft life, gumnandi. But if you were to get to know us, hey, gunzima type of vibe, yabo. So with me, at that time I was making skits. I was unemployed. I wasn't into varsity because my marks were fine, but there was no space type of vibe thing. Yabo. And also funds were lacking. My parents couldn't support me because my dad also retired. My mom also resigned at her work. So literally after matric, my dad was like, I get daughter, so was born. You have to stand up now and see what you gotta do. Mind you, now it's like this is where it gets real now. Exactly. It's just like, damn. Now I have to look after the family type of vibe. You're trying to study, but then you need funds to study type of vibe. Yeah, so it was just that thing which as in mailing as a major type of vibe. Okay, it's fine. Unemployment for a year or two, I think. No, I think it was a year.
And what are you doing?
2020. I'm making skits, applying for jobs. That's how it was. That was the life. We're saying content. Because that was the only thing looking up at that moment.
Keeping you going.
Keeping me going, yeah, bro. So I was like doing skits, yeah, boy. Because hence I was saying I was doing skits because I was bored, type of vibe, yeah, boy. All right, fine. And then luckily enough, I'd say late 2020, I think 2021, but you know, I got a job. I started working at Specsavers shop. Got a job. That's where the division came in. Because now it's a matter of, yes, I'm working a 9 to 5. Got to manje. Ash, I still have to do content on the other side. And that's hectic because manje, in the morning you don't have time. Get home after about 5. Tanta ke palamedi taxi it's 3 to go to Proteatle and go gas. Hey Joe, you get home by 8 at night. It's chai. It's chai. The day's off. So now that's where the division came in. At that point, I was literally preparing. I wanted to end this whole content thing. I wanted to just focus on this thing of just being
a peasant.
Literally, yeah, bro. And then I was like, nah, fam. You have so many fans looking up to you because I used to get like these comments saying, Guti, you just made my day. You don't know what I'm going through. I appreciate your feed and stuff like that, whatever. Okay, fine. So that's what literally kept me going in terms of, okay, fine, I don't have time to make skits, but let me try and just, do something different. Because now it was a matter of, with skits, Sima was already in the game now. No, Primo 19 was in the game. So I feel like in a way it was a matter of now, so can be doing this. Niche. Yeah, I need to find a new niche because at first it was just me. I was literally following the, Yes Fash from YouTube.
Yes Fash, those brothers.
That was my inspiration in terms of the TikTok, yeah, bro. So now they in the game and they doing the most. And I saw with as in my point is coming with that. I realized, okay, sharp. I need to do something different. Sharpie. And then I just popped a video. I think I saw another video in there and then I just did a stitch to it, just voicing out my opinion. That's when it just started to pick up. And then every day it was a matter of sharp, I work a 9 to 5. Afterwards, shy stitch, nyalala type of vibe thing. Yeah, but I don't even see the views and commenting. Just when I was like saying, it is what it is, So it was just that thing. Now I have to accommodate content creation as well as reality. You get me? Because now it's a matter of, I feel like with content, you can't fully put all your eggs in one box, especially in a situation where you're still upcoming and you don't have funds to support you and you still have to look out for your family. So I was in a tough position with manage, hey bro, I can't tell my parents that I want to do content creation, knowing very well I'm not receiving that much money from content. It's not gonna keep us stable. So I have to get a job and do that at the same time type of vibe. So that's where the the transition came in terms of my videos. I just switched up and then I started doing a mastichi and then it became this whole thing, And mind you, I really didn't like talking, especially with skits, because skits you just keep quiet and you just act out everything. So me having to voice out my opinions and people having to laugh and enjoy them, I was like, wow, that's crazy. So it's just the route we're taking now. Because I was testing how they're going to feel about it. Luckily enough for me and clients, they just went off, blew up. So now it's just a matter of, now I can juggle Ispan and I can juggle content creation at the same time. So that's how it came about.
I think that's very interesting and very important, right? Because you right now are sitting at almost 500,000 on TikTok. You're sitting at a quarter of 100K on IG, right? Those are highly impressive numbers, and in someone's mind, that means that social or content creation and social media is your job. But that doesn't necessarily seem to be the case, right? Like, just because you are getting the views or just because you're a good content creator, a fairly known content creator, that doesn't translate necessarily to it being something you can sustain yourself off of. So do you think that you are like approaching a point where you can sustain yourself off your content, or do you foresee yourself always juggling both 9 to 5 content, 9 to 5 content?
Thing is, I do believe at a certain point of a content creator, you can actually support yourself through content creation. I mean, bakona vele, they don't actually work a 9 to 5. They're just living their life through content, and you can see it's actually flourishing and stuff like that. It's fine, but I feel like it depends now. I feel like I'm not at that level yet. I do see myself at that point, but at the same time, it's a matter of, since I've been in the business game type of vibe thing, I also want to be I want to have multiple income. I don't want to depend my whole life on content creation. You get me? So in a way, it sort of benefits me, the fact that I'm moving from company to company to company. I'm gaining skills basically to a point where I actually don't want to start my own businesses. Young taller. So that's literally the goal for me. With Timanji, it's not a matter of the 9 to 5 is holding me down, but at the same time, like ngiyafunda from that to a point where I can literally start my own thing and be like, okay, let me dollar this, let me dollar that, let me dollar that. That way, ngiyaqava ukuthi, okay, sharp. If content creation fails, I still have my businesses to manage me. If businesses fails, I still have content creation to manage me. I don't want that one income. Be multiple type of vibe thing.
No, I hear you.
So yeah.
And I think that's like really interesting and really powerful. Tell us though about the first time you get the deal or the email saying, Yanda 2K, we what brand X, we want to work with you. Here's how much we're offering.
Oh, that's wild. It was a wild experience for me because I think it was a matter of, I used to see other content creators getting deals. And I feel like that's another problem. I feel like with some content creators, they gatekeep, basically. So it's a matter of, yes, they're getting deals, but they're not going to tell you where they get it from. So luckily enough, there was one of those content creators who introduced me into this app, Humans app type of vibe thing. And then that's where I found out, oh, okay, so this is where they make money. Right? Okay, sharp. That's number one. Number two, you do get approached by companies due to your number of followers and views and stuff like that. So that's a side thing as well. So me getting an email saying, hey, we like your content, you really like us to come through, whatever, payment wise and stuff like that. At first, I didn't know what to do.
Sure.
Because now it's a matter of, hey Joe, this is my first thing. I don't know. This guy is asking me for my rates. I don't know what a rate. Where's that type of vibe? So now it's a matter of, now I'm asking other content creators like, hey dude, how do you calculate,
you know? Card,
And I feel like it's really important to have close content creators in your circle that can guide you and show you now this is what you have to do, this is what you have to do, which is what I'm really grateful for, because for me it was a matter of, I always wanted to just, one thing about me, I want to do things by myself. I'm that type of guy. But sometimes it is important to have people to guide you. Don't be ignorant, thinking you're going to have this thing. Because there's scammers out here. That's another thing. Company will tell you, hey, let's meet up. They mugging you type of vibe thing.
So who guides you?
I'd say one of the content creators who guided me was Ugly Young Boy. Ugly Young Boy. He's one of the guys who literally looked out for me because I feel like it's important, especially when you're also upcoming. So it's a Susanna type of vibe thing.
Sure.
We don't know also what's going on, but we help each
Yeah,
other by
yeah,
feeding
yeah.
off of each other type of thing.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see. So yeah, it was a crazy experience. I showed my mom. She was literally over the moon. It's like, yeah, it's Saifuni Mali. Like, she was that type of vibe. It's like, yeah, it's Saifuni type of vibe, you know? And then I did the deal.
Was the money good? How does the money?
Money, I won. Okay, I'd say the first deal I got, the money was 2K.
Yeah.
That's the first deal I got.
Yeah.
So
is that the biggest deal? What's the biggest like?
I won.
No, I need to see. We're not gatekeeping. We need people to get a full picture. Because the other thing is, it's not like a 9 to 5 where even if it's say 400K, it's not 400K every day.
True.
So it could be the only 400K the whole year.
True.
And so even though the figure might be big,
Yeah,
the impact of that money could be small in the context of your life or in the context of everything else. So I think that, like, especially in an industry that's creative, like the one that we're in, it's very easy for you to get exploited. Like for a company to say, you are on, like, I don't know, 400K and offer you, say, 2-3K because you don't know better.
True.
Or you don't know what the going rate is. For someone who doesn't have a content creator friend but still makes that good content, like, putting those kinds of people on, which is kind of the purpose of the show.
Yeah.
So, like, Gav, I'm putting you on the spot, but we're trying to unlock these gates that they keep it.
I'd say, I mean, if you're still upcoming, thing is, I don't know with other content creators, but for me, my first deal I got with that number of followers was 2K. And they didn't mind giving that 2K type of vibe thing, yeah, bro? So I feel like it's a matter of, it's a crazy situation, hence why you need like a manager type of thing. Because managers really know in terms of how much you should be charging. Yeah. Because now it's also a matter of, you need to take into consideration, Guti, you are not the only content creator out there. They didn't send the email just to you.
Yeah, there's others.
Chances are they send it to like 5 content creators. So when Mozo Papa, and then you be like, nah, I want 7K. Time you have like literally like 400,000 followers. And then there's Nathan who has over 1 million followers. And then he's like, nah, I want 5K for it. Obviously they're gonna go for him because there's more followers and he's demanding low. So that's the problem that's something you need to take into consideration. You're not the only one in this industry. Yes, but too many email, but that doesn't mean they only want you. There's other 5 guys. So it's really a tricky situation where it's also important. Hence why I'm also saying it's important to have other content creators to speak to, because then you'd find out from them, with their number of followers, they're charging this amount. So now okay, maybe I'm going to charge this amount because I'm not at their level. Yeah, so it's just that type of vibe. It varies, man. It can vary from 2K to 8K, 10K. I haven't heard of 10K, but I feel like some people are getting 10K.
And more.
Exactly.
Because that's what I'm saying to you, right? Like someone who's on your level and has the amount of following that you do.
True.
It wouldn't be unreasonable to charge 20K, to charge 30. Because the one thing about content is that we make it, say, for 2 minutes, right? But the company uses it in perpetuity.
Sure.
So they're going to keep advertising, keep making money. So, like, for me, it would make sense if you say you can charge something like 20K, 25K, you understand? Because that is the going rate. But I think that the industry is so gate-kept and so secretive about the types of... And obviously, it's still your money at the end of the day. Not everyone needs to know the business like that. But especially among creative and sharing with the people that want to know and want to get in the game, I think is very important and very fundamental to the growth of the industry. But overall, I think the recipe that you've shared is quite insightful. The idea of networking with other creators, ensuring that you don't gatekeep the industry, ensuring that you back your content, but also not being afraid to make the leap, I think are, from my side, the 3 big takeaways from what you've shared.
True.
So there's some people by a card. Panama confessions. Hey. Oh, kuningi. So I try my confessions. Pick a number between 1 and 3, and then we start with Confessions Corner.
Number between 1 and 3, nah? I'm a gonna choose one.
One.
Net fella.
One is not bad. One is not bad.
Yeah.
Sure, dog. I'm failing all my modules, and my parents keep telling me how happy they are that I'm passing because they can't afford to pay for another year of uni.
That's hectic. That is hectic.
I want to know how you hid it for so long. Like at some point, every
Nah.
year, this person could be like a third year still doing first, second year. I don't know. Like uni is such a crazy experience, and I think this person like shouldn't beat themselves up, because uni is the first time that you're your own person for real.
True.
You're cooking for yourself. You're maintaining yourself. You have to worry about. You have real life adult stress on top of the book. So I think it's very different to school. It's not as structured. And personally, you should cut yourself a bit more slack. But definitely look at how you can have that conversation with your parents.
True. I mean, I feel like what I'd say is uni is crazy. Mind you, I haven't went to uni, but I know people who know and who've went to university and varsity. So I feel like it's a matter of, firstly, from the transition from matric to uni, you just trying to get to uni because number one, abazali, they're like, dude, you need to carry on with your studies. Nah? Mind you, you still don't know what you want to do after that. So that's problem number one. Number two, your parents have an idea, which you know, apply auditing or apply for accounting because we want you to be an accountant one day. So now that's number two. Number two, now you're applying for something you don't want to do. You're applying for something you don't have the skills to accomplish. That's a flop. Exactly.
Even if the skills are there, motivation is
exactly. The passion is not there. You're not doing it for you. You're doing it for Abazad.
And that's not sustainable.
Exactly. That's the problem. I feel like so many students are getting into varsity not knowing what they want more. And now you're applying for this only because your marks allow you to qualify for that specific course or whatever. And now you're in there, and now it's just like law. Time when are you thinking about marketing? You wanted to be a market manager one day.
That's you speaking to me directly.
You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. Because now it's just like you're doing something you don't have the passion for.
So find your passions for sure.
Find your passion first. Find what you want to do. And at the end of the day, you need to decide. You need to figure out what's your God-given talent. You need to know what you're good at before deciding making that final decision because of Abazali, or you just want to get in uni.
I agree. I think that person, like for sure, if you're in uni, you probably have the marks to sustain yourself. So look to firstly find funding in a course that maybe aligns better with your passion, or rediscover, reinvigorate, or just do something that's for you for a second.
And also
that would be
just to top off quickly in terms of that, I feel like even if you're doing something you don't want to do, I would encourage to apply for something else or try to find yourself while, let's say you're doing a law, but you realize it's not something you want to do. So find yourself first. You want to be a content creator. If you want to be a content creator, start uploading videos at the same time. That way you're going to reach to a point where you've made something for yourself. You don't need law. You can explain, okay, beggar. This is the money I'm getting from content creation. This is what I like. This is my passion. I say because I did this for you guys, type of thing. You get me?
I hear that.
So that's what I would advise, honestly. Or get a second job. Just,
yeah. So next one.
Yeah.
This person says part 1, but they didn't upload a part 2. So yeah. Had sex with my ex recently. I really want to continue, but I love my current girl a lot. I felt bad when I did it, but not bad enough, if it makes sense. Ex just told me she still thinks about how I did her dirty though, and that's deep given what I did. I'm surprised she let me hit again. Tabayadi ex.
Why you guys keep going back to it?
Tabayadi ex is crazy, bro. Like I feel like people like familiarity.
True.
Like this person. That's why they don't like. I feel like they even got into this relationship prematurely. Because
Yeah.
if you can still go back to your ex, it means you're not over
Yeah,
that ex.
true. I feel like
So I'm saying get over your ex and leave the other girl alone.
true. I feel like, you know, another part is some people don't believe in soul ties. I know obviously not everyone's gonna believe in it. I do personally. I feel like once you make a soul tie, it's hard to break that soul tie. Hence why you'd find a lot of people going back to their exes and smashing their exes while being in a relationship with someone else. Because why? There's a soul tie there. You see? And I feel like, because now the reason with the soul tie is when we smash, there's literally an exchange between me and you. You're giving me your part, I'm giving your part. So we are together in this. We are one. So if I leave, there's some of my parts still in you there, you know? So it's not a full breakup where I can fully move on. And now it's a matter of you text me, it's like, hey, stranger, hey, come through. I'm like, bet. You know, type of vibe. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So that's how I see it. I feel like sometimes it's a soul tie that you need to break and then fully move on from that guy or girl, whatever, and just. Another question is, do you really love that person if you're willing to go back to your ex?
That's what I'm saying. Like, leave the
It's
other person
wild.
alone and get over your ex.
Literally, it's wild. If you still, exactly, I feel like people don't fully heal. They don't give themselves enough time to heal to a point where they're like, yeah, now I'm ready to be in a next relationship. I feel like they use another relationship to heal themselves. And that's literally a toxic trait, to be honest, because you're not healed. So now you're coming into this relationship with your problems from your ex.
But I suppose I agree and slightly disagree because I think it's simultaneous, right? Like healing is not linear. It's not like I can say, okay, 2 days, after 2 days I'm healed. Now I can move on. You know, like sometimes the hurt will peak up and whatever the case is. You just need to be disciplined enough to be like, okay, just because I'm not fully healed doesn't mean I must take it out on my partner or I must go back to my ex. You know, just be responsible about how you heal if you decide, okay, I want to heal in this relationship type beat.
True.
But yeah, I think that's how I would like advise that person. Last one. This one's a little crazy. One time I went to my boy's crib who has a sister and they share a bathroom. So I went inside and stole the sister's underwear for later usage.
Joe, I'll tell guys, chai for you, dog. You need to get checked. Bro, what the hell, bro? Nah, that's
I want to understand that. Like, imagine your boy, I don't know, you guys are outside, whatever. Now he says, hey, dog, I left this thing in my bag. He asks you to go fetch it. You fetch it. When you say, ra, your sister's painting. What are you going to do?
Nah, dog, Hey, no, I'll tell me. Also, cars, like, come explain this, dog. What's going on? What's going on? Like, bro, I feel like we are Shanya at this point. I feel like there's no logical reason to take your friend's sister's panties for later use. Anybody.
Later
even.
usage is also crazy. Later usage is crazy.
Bro, you planning this.
Yeah.
The toilet bro, that's wild for me personally, bro. It's just
your friend deserves better. Your friend deserves better. Don't do that to your friend. Don't do that to that girl.
Honestly,
be better. Be better. Be better.
Honestly, see someone.
Repent. Go to church.
Therapist.
Hey,
see someone, man. Just
chefs. That wraps up episode 10 of Recipe for Success with Yanda. Push what you're pushing. Make sure that you are authentic to yourself. Make sure that you are balancing because the real world exists even though you're making videos. And sometimes you need to do both, live in both in order to succeed at both. Be authentic to you. Push your grind. Yanda, thank you so much for coming through.
Pleasure,
we
man.
appreciate you. This episode's been phenomenal. Chefs, hope you enjoyed Fanda's Recipe for Success. Manjetli.